The 90s brought in new elements of fashion, lifestyle, and culture. Our big hair and Joan Crawford-like shoulder pads were slowly fading out, and in came evolved musical genres like New Jack Swing, grunge punk, and of course hip-hop. Creativity was at its very peak, and shows like Fox's comedy sketch show In Living Color had us cackling from laughter thanks to now household comedians Jim Carrey and the Wayans family. In Living Color ran from 1990 and went on for 5 seasons until its end in 1994. A segment that differentiated this show from the rest of the sketch comedy shows out there were their all-girl dance trope known as the Fly Girls that became just as important and popular as the skits themselves. Their funky dance moves choreographed by Soul Train alumni Rosie Perez, along with their fashion statements, fun personalities, and upbeat moves were spotlighted during each episode, usually in the beginning, middle, and end of the show. At a time where hip-hop was just getting its foot in the door, the girls, being technical trained dancers, introduced the mainstream to New Jack Swing choreography fused with hip-hop beats. This, along with their trendy fits, inspired aspiring dancers and non-dancers from all over. Consistently a majority Black and Latina dancers, this dance opportunity went on to catapult the careers of some of the biggest names we see in music and entertainment today. Some of these just may surprise you, but this is what happened to the In Living Color Fly Girls. Starting off with the original Fly Girl, Deidre Lang. Deidre always knew her passion was performing, and she toured the world at an early age, starring on Broadway musicals like The Lion King, Hairspray, School of Rock, and Cars. During her travels, she found herself ending up in Hollywood when her agent notified her of a dance audition to be a fly girl for Fox's new show. Her high-energy performances and upbeat personality often landed her a spot right dab in the middle of all the other girlies, and she'd choreograph routines for season 5 of the show. She eventually ventured into the business side of things and created an online store, and her heart for travel led her to create a travel agency that she named Fly Girl Travel, a nod to her Fly Girl days. Deidre now has 2 kids and continues to focus on her business, but has not laid her acting chops to rest just yet. She still continues to perform on Broadway shows and musicals. Carrie Inaba made her dancing debut at just 3 years old. Taking creative movement as well as other native dance classes like hula native to her Hawaiian roots, she steadily began her dancing endeavors into the competitive world, winning a talent show at age 18 that would propel her into a potential superstardom over in Japan. Carrie says they tried grooming her into a pop star, but she wasn't feeling the inauthentic feel of the business. Later down the entertainment pipeline, she'd get a call from an agent about the In Living Color audition. Walking into the audition wearing black leggings, motorcycle boots, a white lace bra topped with a black leather jacket, she threw her jacket to the side and began her dance number. Keenan Ivory, the show's creator, stated that Carrie got the job as soon as she stepped in based on her outfit and confidence alone. She was definitely in her main character bag. Her bubbly emote and carefree style of dancing attracted viewers, and she'd stay a fly girl up until the 3rd season. She went on to dance for Madonna during her world tour in 1993 and landed stereotypical roles in the Austin Power films. But her most notable job is that of a judge on ABC's Dancing with the Stars. She joined CBS's The Talk from 2019 to 2021, but quit the show due to multiple autoimmune diseases. As of today, she's still a judge on Dancing with the Stars and for the 11th year in a row, and created Carrie Conversations, an online wellness magazine that aims to help people live more evolved and happier lives. Lisa Marie Todd spent her earlier years working in advertising and TV production with a few dance gigs here and there before shooting her shot at being a part of the Trope group. An OG fly girl, she credits the experience for being the best she's done as a dancer. After her In Living Color stint, she began acting and made cameos in The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Days of Our Lives, and A Different World. She ended up graduating from Santa Clara University and started her own jewelry and fragrance company in 2009. She now has a daughter and created a food and lifestyle blog called An Appetizing Life. She also creates videos accompanying her blog via social sites like YouTube and Instagram. Sasha Alexander, despite being a great dancer, didn't have the approval of her parents at first. They didn't let me to take the job any further because they didn't want me skipping geometry to dance around in hot pants. Being a fly girl like many of her fellow dance squad led her to other opportunities, and she had small acting roles in shows like Wasteland and movies He's Just Not That Into You. Out of all her acting gigs, she's probably most popular from her role as Mara Isles on the show Rizzoli and Isles, for now going on 7 seasons. As of recently, you can catch her on the Netflix series Dangerous Lies. Starting out as a gymnast, Lisa Joan Thompson transitioned to a fly girl during the 4th and 5th season and was bumped to assistant choreographer. Although her stay wasn't long, the impact it had on her career was incredible. She had recurring roles in multiple shows like Motown Live and Fame LA. Has acting credits in series like The Good and the Beautiful, Days of Our Lives, X-Files, and MTV's Now What. Was a backup dancer on almost every big award show you could think of for acts like NSYNC, Deborah Cox, Ricky Martin, and Will Smith. Appeared on Michael Jackson's Ghost music video, movies like The Majestics, The Hot Chick, Charlie's Angels, and Big Mama's House. Appeared in commercials for the Gap retail brand and Jack in the Box, and eventually ventured out into modeling. Further securing her mark in pop culture history, she assisted choreographer Tony G in choreographing the dance numbers for the Bring It On movies. She's now married to her longtime lover and they have 2 children. As of today, she hosts the Carnival Choreographers Ball, a monthly showcase for top choreographers, and doesn't seem to be lifting her foot off the gas anytime soon. Jossie Harris Thacker, aka the Untrained Fly Girl, became a force to be reckoned with when she joined the cast on season 4. The Harlem native caught the attention of a casting agent when she was casted in Michael Jackson's video for Remember the Time. Despite being untrained like her other dance peers, her unnatural street dance ability made quite the impression and she'd quickly become a fan favorite. She went on to tour with Janet Jackson and has won multiple awards for her acting, owning a production company named B-Fly Creative Inc., and is now a committee board member of the Chicago International Film Festival's Black Perspective program. She's now an acting coach and often teaches workshops for aspiring actresses. Madonna Grimes came in during season 4 and has taught dance around the world. She opened her own studio and her hip-hop dance workout videos have been gifted to many back in Y2K, and you can break a sweat to them for free on YouTube. Sadly, Madonna passed away from colon cancer in 2016 at the age of 52. Toronto native LORIANN GIBSON joined the cast during the final leg of the show, but that's all she needed to make herself a household, legendary name in the dance world. Getting her start at the Alvin Ailey Dance Company, she often worked behind the scenes as a co-choreographer, including behind the scenes of the Honey movies. She went on to work for artists like Michael Jackson, Mary J. Blige, Nicki Minaj, Sean P. Diddy Combs, Lady Gaga, Beyonce, and many more. Some of her most notable choreographed numbers are Gaga's Bad Romance and Born This Way. She's had quite the journey on the reality TV docu-series Run, appearing in Diddy's Making the Band, Beyond the Spotlight, guest choreographer on Dance Mom, and even had her own show on BET's Born to Dance. She joined the cast of So You Think You Can Dance as a judge in 2019 and participated in the E! Network's reality show, The Dance Scene. Her new book, Dance Your Dance, was released in February of this year, and it's been reported by Variety that Gibson plans on launching the BOP, abbreviation for Born Out of Passion Network, sometime in 2022, focused on multicultural, generational dance content of all kinds. Masako Willis was one out of 2 dancers on the show that were East Asian descent, the other being Carrie and Inaba. Becoming a fly girl during season 5, she got the opportunity to do a solo before the show's end. She's kept a pretty low profile over the years, but she apparently is still a dancer and has a following in Japan. Fellow dancers Carrie French and Michelle Whitney Morrison's gigs were cut short, later being replaced by a Puerto Rican New Yorker we'll touch on next. But Carrie is now married to dancer Barry Lather and has 2 kids, and Michelle had minor acting roles but kept a low profile over the years. Some honorable mentions include Carla Garrido, Carrie Lane, Michelle Gerlich, and Alexandra Wentworth. I think we all know what happened to Jennifer Lopez, so I'm gonna keep this as short as possible. Without a doubt, the most famous out of all the fly girls, she moved to LA in 1991 and auditioned twice in New York. It wasn't until season 3 that J-Lo began her recurring role on the show, but things weren't always sweet. It's been reported that the girls didn't really get along with Jennifer that well. More in particular, Carrie Ann and their choreographer, Rosie Perez, disclosed in her memoir that Jennifer amped the sweet girl act, and that the other fly girls would come to her and complain about Lopez, allegedly manipulating staff and crew into getting her way. While she was showing off her skills during the day, at night she was taking acting classes, preparing herself for whichever role she landed. After the show, she toured with Janet Jackson, appeared in music videos, and those classes definitely paid off because she'd go on to take on small roles here and there. But her biggest and most iconic role to date was in 1997 when she played the role of Selena Quintanilla in the film Selena. This launching her music career in 1999 and releasing back-to-back albums with hits like On the Floor, Waiting on Tonight, Get Right, and more. She became a judge on American Idol in 2011 and World of Dance in 2017 through 2020. Her Vegas residency began in 2016 till 2018 and the following year starred in the film Hustlers. She now has 2 teenage kids with ex-husband Mark Anthony, performed at the 2020 halftime Super Bowl show alongside Shakira, launched the skincare line this year, and began dating Ben Affleck again. After their publicized split back in the early 2000s, needless to say, J-Lo is doing the damn thing. The Fly Girls sparked and influenced the culture we witnessed dominating later on in the 90s and onward with their hip-hop infused fashion and hip moves. The hip-hop genre, despite being popular in New York, had not yet been introduced to a mainstream audience, and In Living Color, with the help of the Fly Girls squad, helped propel a number of subcultures originating from the hip-hop jazz genre. Bruno Mars paid tribute to the Fly Girls in his 2016 video Finesse, featuring Cardi B, and the In Living Color cast got together for a mini reunion at the 2012 TV Land Awards, with some Fly Girl members making an appearance. In 2012, it was reported that the In Living Color reboot was in the works, with several new Fly Girls chosen, but it looks like that'll no longer be happening due to whatever reason. Whatever that reasoning is, I think we can all agree that some classics should just be left alone. Were you a fan of In Living Color? Let us know what you think in the comment section down below, and why not click the subscribe button so you can stay up to date with your favorite true celebrity stories.